What's up everyone? Today we're gonna talk about Amy Shadows and what's going on with his voice, and he's canceling all the dates here in South America, and I got a dark theory about this, and I want to help Amy Shadows with his voice, and that's my purpose here. So for about 10 years he did a surgery. It was a hematoma in his vocal folds. Since then, he starts a recovery process, and was about 4 or 5 years, and then he starts to record a new album, and then he starts to do some shows 3 years ago. And now the thing is, he changed a lot of how he sings. And the thing is, he changed it because the bad habits that he made in the past results in a surgery, and now he got new bad habits. Why I know that? I'm seeing the live shows. I noticed the high notes that he's doing still with a lot of pressure and a lot of volume. And also the screams are coming back with the same bad habit. What I'm trying to say here is he needs a vocal coach that can help him with the high and extreme vocals. And find out the sweet spot is not easier. A long time ago, he was very young and need to express power, strength, and we know that this can cause in the long term vocal injury, because a lot of mass of air and a lot of volume happening can cause friction in your vocal folds. And that's why he got a hematoma. Nowadays I'm gonna simplify what's going on his voice. Basically, this scar in his vocal folds are not closed. How I know that? Basically, it is very easy to get an infection because this scar still open, because of new bad habits. That's the thing. So the question now is, what causes this thing? The bad habits. What they try to do, a recovery surgery. And the recovery surgery is just putting things in a place. But if he didn't find out what's going on with this bad habits, this gonna happen again. And the crazy thing is, his band needs to stop. The crew needs to stop. Everybody needs to stop. Everybody needs to cancel. Many people buy the tickets to go on tours, and imagine his head now. Imagining about, oh, it's my fault this. But buddy, it's not your fault, man. It's not your fault. The thing is, you need someone to guide you in these bad habits. You need an extreme vocal coach to help you with this. I know that this guy have one vocal coach. I know that. And he's a great vocal coach. But he's not an extreme vocal coach. So that's my idea, basically. Trying to help my idol. I was inspired by him. I have a band that sing the same songs that Avenged Sevenfold do. And also I have my own band that do many crazy extreme things. So I thought a lot of people around the world helping people do extreme things on the voice. And I am a voice actor. I do some monsters in games. I'm not saying that I'm better. I'm not saying this. I'm saying that I have the material to help him. I want to save my idol, buddy. I want to save him. He inspired me. He even know that. But you saved my life, brother. And let me save yours. And share this hate of what's going on, buddy. And the solution, the practical solution for him, it is basically find out the sweet spot of the distortion, find out the sweet spot of the high notes, and reduce the mass of air. And optimize the volume. That's the thing. And when I need to do this with my students, it's basically I need to test his voice. I need to do some exercises and see what's going on very closely. So what I'm trying to do here, it's a campaign. I need to reach M Shadows and help him with his voice. And I hope you, in the other side, can help me to reach him. So the video is about this. And another thing I'm gonna say is use this as an example. I know that it is important to sound brutal. I know that it's important you sound very energy, power, fury, young. But vocal techniques is to prolong it. The same case as M Shadows is passing through, Axl Rose have the same experience. I don't want him to turn into another Axl Rose. I have a student of mine that calls Fernanda Lira from Crypta. In the beginning of her classes, I noticed that she got a lot of infections. She got a lot of diseases about the breath system. And all that changed because I noticed that the bad habits, neither in a talk voice that she'd have. I saw that she have a breath talk. She talks like this and do this warm air happening at the same time. I noticed that M Shadows have the same thing. And other stuff is when she did the screams, she did with a lot of pressure and closing space. I relaxed her throat to find out the sweet spot of the distortion. And then she tried to do another crazy stuff in that. And we put in a new album. And we got a billboard on that. So what I gave to her was freedom. And that's the thing that artists needs. Freedom, not limits. And the limitation is the bad habits in our voice. Neither for singing or speaking. So that's my idea. I have a plan, but I need to talk with him. I need to understand what's going on. I need to do some tests on him and continue the process. It will be a long process, but it will be a funny one and it will be a good one. I'm guarantee. 100%. My method works. And once again, thank you all for being here and looking for this channel. I'm very glad about it. And I see you in the next time. I hope M Shadows gets better. And that's my offer to help him. And also with the companion of his vocal coach. And I want to be one of many of other in his team to help him with that, because This guy without voice, it is a band without voice. And a band without voice, we don't have shows. And it's very complicated. So the step by step, the plan of action, it is basically 4. The first one, it is eliminate the bad habits in speech and singing. The second one is training vocal memory and muscle coordination step by step. Neither the high notes, neither the screams. The third one is learn to sing high notes and scream with lightness instead of brutal force. The fourth, it is work on reduce air pressure and excess volume when he's screaming. And it is all about optimization, not pushing harder. That's the fact. Because if you find out a place that have many distortions with less energy, that's the sweet spot. That's what you're looking for. That's the idea. So that's it. That's my dark theory about Amy Shadows. What do you think? Do you agree that bad habits are the real enemy here? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let's talk about it. And if you know more about my methods, I got all here. Link below. You can check it out. It's a free course of mine. It's very funny. It's very good. I hope you like it. See you there.